Guys, now we're gonna do the AWS lab of the 100 Days of Cloud series. Today is day 44. We finished for day 43 yesterday. Now it is day 44. The title is Implementing Auto Scaling for High Availability in AWS. So probably for this lab, we have to create the auto scaling group, to create EC2 instance or to eliminate EC2 instance based on CPU utilization. So if we are ready, let me complete this challenge. So let me click the start button and let me go to appdraw.com. So if I say, honestly, I prepare an architecture diagram for this lab. So that the architecture diagram is like this. Now we are on the browser or AWS client host. So we send a request to this application load balancer. So application load balancer will receive incoming traffic on the internet. So it will manage the incoming traffic to the related EC2 instance. So based on the incoming traffic, so if incoming traffic is getting bigger and increasing, increase a lot, so we have to manage for the CPU utilization. So during that time, this auto scaling group will add to do the auto scaling for the EC2 instance. If CPU utilization is over 50%, it will create new EC2 instance using this launch template. So here launch template is a kind of like a blueprint that we define for configurations and for the OS image and stuff like that, and OS this type, like kind of like T2.micro, something like that. So using this launch template, this auto scaling group will create new EC2 instance or delete EC2 instance based on these utilizations, right? So and after that we have to create a target group. Target group is to give the direction for the incoming traffic to their related EC2 instance, right? So and then we had to configure for the security group to allow the port 80 with the HTTP method. Okay, great. So now we're gonna read this given instruction. So let me copy first. So here is the DevOps team is tasked with setting up a highly available web application using AWS. To achieve this, they plan to use an auto scaling group. Right? So they create an auto scaling group to ensure that the required number of EC2 instances are always running. So an application load balancer. So we also have to create ALB to distribute traffic across this instance, right? So if incoming traffic increase a lot, so we need to distribute traffic across different instances, right? So for that job, the auto scaling group will solve it, right? So the goal of this task is to set up an ASG that automatically scales EC2 instance based on the CPU utilization. So like I said before, they will look at the CPU utilization. If CPU usage is over 50%, so they will create new EC2 instance to manage the incoming traffic. And the ALB that directs incoming traffic to the instance, okay? The EC2 instance should have Nginx installed and running to serve traffic. Okay, great. So this is overall introduction about this lab. So now let me create the EC2 instance. Sorry, not EC2 instance, it's EC2 launch template. Okay, template name is right here. Okay, great. That specifies the configuration for the EC2 instance. So instance has to use Amazon Linux 2 AMI. So this is the image name. So instance type is T2 micro, T2.micro, and the security group has to allow HTTP traffic on port 80. Okay, that's fine. So before we create this easy to launch template, we need to know that Amazon this links to my image ID, right? So okay, let me find this. So how to get latest image ID in AWS from terminal. So okay, let me draw it like that. It's clear draw.com. So here we create the easy to launch template, right? Launch template. So before we create this, we need to know the AMI image ID, AMI image ID, and then one more thing is, what is that? We need to allow the HTTP traffic on port 80. Okay. So this is one of the requirements, right? Okay, so let me run this command to get the AMI image ID. Okay, so I will use this AMI image ID later. So let me paste somewhere. Okay, let me paste right here. Okay, so to allow the HTTP traffic, we need to check the security group ID. So okay, how to get the security group ID in AWS from terminal. So remember this region is US East-1. Okay, so let me find like this. Okay, so let me run this command to get the security group ID. Okay, I have the security group ID and I will paste somewhere. So let me check the security group list. Can you check SG list within this? So let me check the security group rules for this HTTP traffic on port 80. So here we don't see any inbound rule about the port 80. So we need to allow the HTTP traffic on port 80. So okay, let me find in the new tab. Okay, so how to allow in this SG. So SG name is right here. Okay, I will copy this. Oh, and let me find like this in AWS from terminal. Okay, so I will run this command. Here also let me add the region. Okay, I will do manually. Region is region is US East-1. Alright, so I will run this command to add the new inbound rule for the port 80. So let me check it again. Okay, so now you will see that here IP protocol TCP from port 80 to port 80. So CIND IP range is 0.0.0.0/0. That is for public incoming request, for public access. So okay, and then here one more thing is we have to add a user data script to launch template to install Nginx on the EC2 instance when they are launched. So here we need to create a user data script before we create EC2 launch template. So okay, the script is mainly about for installing Nginx service, right? So okay, so I will copy this sentence and let me find in the Google boot in AWS from terminal. So Here we can use this comments. Here is yum update -1. Here I think we don't need to use apt, but image is Ubuntu image, but it is not clearly mentioned about the image name right here. So image is, and if it is not Ubuntu, we can use this yum utility, but image type is Ubuntu, image name is Ubuntu, we have to use this apt. Now I think we can use this one. So so this is to learn is institute assembly in AWS. Let me check for that. Do we need to install Amazon Linux Extra for Nginx? Okay, I will also add this comment here, this one. So I will add this one to install Nginx. So Amazon Linux too, right? Yes. We are using Amazon Linux too, right? That's why we need to use this command. You know, is 2023 Linux 2023. So this is if you generally need to use Amazon Linux Extra in Amazon Linux too. So now that here image type is Amazon Linux too, that's why I think Nginx is not part of the standard yum code repository. So it is maintained under the Extras ecosystem. Alright, so we need to run this command. So I think here we can remove sudo. Okay. So I will create the user data script file right here on the client host. So use vim editor user data.sh. So I will create, so within the file, so I will get this file. So I will escape this. So okay, so we will keep this user data script file into a variable through encoding. So okay, let me ask this AI. Can you encode this user data.sh file base 64 for within a variable. Within let me get variable name user underscore data. Okay. So I think we have to run this command to encode this user data.script file with the base 64. Okay. So let me check the echo, and then user data data. Okay, so this is the encode string for this user data. Okay, so we will use this variable when we create the launch template. All right, so let me copy this. Okay, let me copy this and I will find a new tab. So how to create in AWS from terminal. So including image ID. So and then instance type. Instance type is t2.micro. and then we have to give the user data. User data is user underscore data with a variable and region. So US is -1. Okay, so let me ask like this. To get the accurate command, you know. So, okay, so I will run this command to create the easy to launch template, right? So launch template name is devops-launch-template. Great. So here is a region is correct. Launch template data is we need to give the AMI image ID. So AMI image ID is right here. I will copy this and I will replace right here. Instance type is t2.micro. That's correct. I think here we need to give the security group ID, right? Because according to the infrastructure, you know, we need to give the security group ID. Okay. So user data is, I don't use the echo. So I will use directly user data. So no, okay, we already encode it. So we can use this. Okay. So how about, can you add security group ID argument? Okay. Oh, why he removed like this? I don't need this. I already encoded. Okay, security group ID is, we can get this one. Yes, so I will replace right here. Okay, so now I think everything is perfect to create the easy to launch type. So I will run this command. Okay, so now we have to create the auto scaling group. So before we create the auto scaling group, I think we can create a target group, right? So let me copy this, all of this, and let me find the Google in AWS from terminal. Okay, so we're gonna have to do step by step right here. So first of all, we need to create a target group. So to create a target group here, you see one more requirement is we need to know that VPC ID. So okay, how to get the VPC ID in AWS from terminal. So region is, we need to get the US is -1 region. I will get like this. To get the accurate VPC ID. Alright, so okay, so we will apply this VPC ID when we create the target group. So let me paste somewhere for the VPC ID. So this is VPC ID. Let me replace right here. So here I will replace the, so target type is instance, right? So here we need to consider carefully. So alright, because here this target group is leading to this related EC2 instance. So target type is instance. So we need to give the correct value. So here target type is instance. I think here is also, I need to get the region. Can you add region US is -1 and do we need to give the target hatchet path? Okay, so let me add this hatchet path for the target group. Okay, so let me ask right here. Where is that? Okay. 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 So okay, we will run this command. Hatcher protocol type HTTP, but it's not clearly mentioned about the hatcher path. So configure it to listen on port 80. Ensure that ALB is associated with Auto Scaling Group and distributor ecosystem. So okay. So hatcher protocol types. I think I don't need this stuff, you know. Okay, let it be. I will run this. And target instance type. Alright, so let me create this. Okay, great. So now we have to create the load balancer. Alright, so here also again you will see that to create a load balancer, here according to the requirement here we have to create a load balancer. Load balancer name is devops-ALB, and then we have to configure it to listen on port 80, and then ensure that ALB associated with the auto scaling group. Okay, so we had to associate load balancer and auto scaling group together after we create both of those things, right? So let me create that load balancer. So here we need to get the subnet ID and the security group ID. So, but we don't even have the subnet ID. So let me get the, in the new tab, let me find how to get from. So VPC is, I will use this VPC. And is US is -1 region in AWS from terminal. Let me find like this. Okay, so alright, so I will run this to get the subnet IDs. So we can use the first two subnet IDs. So let me copy this, the first two, and then I will paste right here. So I will replace these subnet IDs right here. Where is that? Okay, so I will remove this. So, and then I will copy the second one. Second one is this. Alright, so I will remove this arguments, so I will paste right there. So here also security group IDs, we can use this one. This is the same. So alright, so replace that one. So these are correct. Type is applications. Here scheme is internet facing. Alright, so let me create this target load balancer. So name is correct, security group is correct, and here also let me get the region. Region is region AUS is -1. Alright, so now let me create this load balancer. Okay, great. So after creation of the load balancer, we have to configure to listen on port 80. So here again, we need to know that target group ARN value and load balancer ARN value. So okay, let me try. Okay, this is the load balancer ARN value. So I will copy all of this. Let me paste somewhere. Okay, this is a load balancer ARN value. I will use this value. This is ARN value, and I will replace right here. So this is load balancer ARN. So target group ARN value. So where is target group ARN value? So here. So I will copy this whole string and let me key somewhere. Okay. So I will use this ARN value from here to here. Okay. I will replace right here. So this is not correct. Okay. So now let me run this for the port 80 with the HTTP protocol. So we will create a listener. Okay, great. So we successfully create a listener, and then we need to associate with the auto scaling group. But we don't even have to create the auto scaling group to associate with the load balancer. So I think now it is time to create the auto scaling group. So okay, let me create the auto scaling group. Okay, great. So I will copy all of these things and how to create an AWS from terminal, including, so here we associating with the load balancer ARM value. Okay. So here we have to run this command to create the what is that? It's a auto scaling group, right? So devops-asg, that's correct. And launch template is here. We need to give the launch template name. So launch template name is right here, devops-launch-template. So I will replace right here. Here is so for the version number is, we can get a version number, maybe 1, 2, 3, that's fine. So I will get the version number 1. So mean size is 1 right here. Here a minimum of 1 instance, desired capacity is 1 instance, and a maximum of 2 instance. Alright, so we had to do the CPU utilization configuration is right here to 50%. Alright, so first of all, let me create the launch template. So mean size, max size is 2. So VPC identifier is here also. We need to replace the subnet IDs. So we can use these 2 subnet IDs from right here. So I will use the first one. And then replace right here. And then here also I need to replace the second one. So the second one is, I will copy from here again. Okay, great. So now let me run this command. So ARM value is not correct, I think so. So we need to get the ARM value. Target ARM value is this one, right? So I will copy this, and then I will replace right here. So this is not correct, I think so. So yeah, so we give a target ARM value, and head check type is ELB. Head check, I think we don't need this. Instead of it, let me give the region. Region is US East -1. Alright, so now let me run this command. Okay. Oh, we had an error. Target group is error. The latest major version is not command correct usage. Maybe sentence error. Unknown options, target group ARM values. Where's wrong? Oh, this is with the capital letters. No, that's a ARMs with the small letters, right? So okay, let me run it again. Okay, so we successfully create that auto scaling group. Okay, so but remember this, we have to set the target CPU utilization is 50%, right? So for that, we have to create the CPU scaling policy. So here we have to run this command for the CPU scaling policy. Target value is 50%, right? So that we need to give the correct number value. So here is policy type is target tracking scaling. All right, that's fine. So here you can get any policy name. That's totally fine because it's not mentioned about the policy name right here. So how about the auto scaling group name? So by here we need to get the correct auto scaling group name. So let me add the region again right here. REGION region is US East -1, and then here I need to add the /. Okay, let me run this. Okay, so we also create the CPU scaling policy. So now let me check here. Let me configure head check on the ALB to ensure it route traffic only to head the instance. Okay. So let me ask right here and check ALB head and target group head. Okay, let me check that. So describe target group. So this is a load balancer. A load balancer ARM value. So load balancer ARM value is right here. Okay, let me use this one. So alright, I will replace that one, and then I will check the status of the load balancer. Okay, so now load balancer is ready and active. Great. So now let me check for the target group. So okay, I will check the target group. So here also I need to replace the correct target group ARM value. So if target group is ready and healthy, so we can try to get access to those EC2 instance using load balancer application load balancer DNS name. So here has data is okay. Hatch pack had the threshold count 5. Okay, so this is not too accurate. Okay, let me check how to check the head status of target group in AWS from terminal. Let me find like this. In US East -1 region. Okay, I will run these comments. Here I need to replace that ARM value again right here. So ARM value is target group is right here. Okay. Oh, my battery is low. Okay, now I will run this to describe head check. State is draining, it's not finished yet, so we have to wait. It's still draining, so oh yeah, so here we see the target group is healthy right now. Okay, so now finally we will get the load balancer DNS name, and then we will try to access to the EC2 instance using this load balancer DNS. So okay, let me find the how to get the ALB DNS name for this load balancer. Load balancer BALANCE here. Balancer name is devops ALB, right? So in AWS from terminal. So region is in US East -1. So I will run this command to get a DNS name. Okay, so I will use this DNS name. Then I will try to access with the CURL http:// and then. Okay, so finally we see that welcome to Nginx page. So that means we successfully did it for this lab. We created everything correctly. So to be accurate, let me check with this right here. Can we check right here? Yeah, so finally we see that welcome to Nginx. Yeah, that's it. So the key point is we need to do correctly. We need to consider every single details. Here the key point is also we need to set the target CPU utilization to 50%, right? That would be which one? That would be here. I think so. Yeah, CPU utilization is, yeah, not this one. This is for the creating listener. Where is that? Not here. Not here also. Where is that? Okay, let it be. So okay, I will check it out, and I think it will be successful. Yeah, so eventually we successfully did it, right? So alright, so thanks for watching. See you in the next coming video.